What made me really want to commit to Tilson was just their enthusiasm to work with anyone, whether or not you knew you wanted to build with them or you were just there for questions. Hi, I'm Delaney and I just got done building our custom Canyon D with Tilson. My husband grew up in Lampasas on a ton of acreage, and so he enjoyed living in the city for a little while, but he was ready to have his space. So every weekend we would just be driving random roads, because at the time we couldn't afford the land that we saw online. And so we would just drive up and down random roads where it would take us, and we actually stumbled upon this place. It didn't have a for sale sign, but later that night we got home and on Facebook Marketplace we saw it was for sale, and we didn't actually come see the land, we just messaged the buyer and said we'll take it. And that's what got us here. What attracted us most to Tilson was the fact that it was a one-stop shop. It was that we could sign on with them and they had everything available to us. We didn't have to find our own plumber, we didn't have to find painters, contractors. We could sign with them and they handled it all. They had all the design features we had found out that we were expecting, and I just knew going through first time being a mom, I was not gonna be able to put in all the effort that was gonna come with designing an entire home. And I love that Tilson was sit down, get it done, and then they could handle it from there. We actually started in the Georgetown office because Waco hadn't been up and running yet, like at all. I didn't even know they were gonna be here. And so we drove down to Georgetown. I was about 8 months pregnant, and I just sat down and I knew I wanted Tilson, but my husband needed a little bit more convincing. And that's where we met Mariah for the first time, and she could not have been more helpful. She was so enthusiastic to meet us, and it just immediately felt like we were gonna be going through this process with some help. It was not gonna be us on our own. The feeling is pride. I'm extremely prideful to knowing that my family, who helped set us up for success, is now getting to be taken care of in this house, that I can invite my family over. The house we had beforehand just wasn't the size, didn't have this gathering space, and to knowing that I could say, I want to host Thanksgiving this next year, and I know that I can. I've got plenty of space for people to stay, plenty of places for people to sit. It's just pride. I'm very prideful and proud of what me and my husband have been able to accomplish and having a beautiful home to show everyone. I would very much recommend Tilson, and I have already recommended Tilson to many people who have asked about building. It's just the easiest process. If you know what you want and you know you want someone to be able to take care of it without you having to be a part of every single thing, Tilson's the person. It was low stress, you knew it was being taken care of, and that if you needed to get a hold of someone, they're right there. They gave you their number. It's a very personal experience. It isn't some mass-produced thing. This is a very personal, they want to make you happy, and it's the best.